Welcome to the New Earth Portal. This is Hope Gold.
And this is Susan Brown, and we are still right here ensconced in the Pisgah National Forest.
We did get up and we went out to eat, so we haven't been here since then.
Right, since the last video, we actually left the forest for a little while, but we're back.
So today,
Today we're going to talk about telepathy, but before we get started, I just want to call attention to the fairy activity that seems to show up in our videos.
yes.
So if you watch the intuition video at the beginning, you will notice several, it looks like little bugs that fly by really fast and they go phew, and they're super fast and they're kind of white. Look for those occasionally because where we're located, there is definitely a lot of fairy activity and they bring so much joy and giggles, and we are just so grateful for them. So we're just
Thank you, fairies.
Yes, we are inviting the fairies right now to show up and be a part anytime of our videos.
This might even bring believers to there are really fairies.
I know. So so some people are going to be like, "Oh, fairies, whatever, it's just bugs." But
Now
trust
you'll get
us,
to see them.
we know our fairies.
What was that? Fairies? What were you saying? Murphs? Murphs?
Oh, they're angels of mirth. They're angels of mirth.
Wow.
Yeah. Mirth meaning joy. Not that you need a definition, but there are angels of mirth that sometimes if you need to lighten things up, they'll come through. And you'll just get punchy and giggly.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So we can call them in too.
I think we should call them in.
Okay, let's call in all the angels and the fairies of mirth. No, the angels of mirth.
The angels of mirth and the fairies of awesomeness.
Ah, nice.
Just thought that sounded good.
You could add that to your day.
Add that to your day.
Add that to your day. So today we're going to talk about telepathy.
Telepathy, which really
So-
has nothing to do with fairies. But that's okay, because we just wanted you to know that fairies are around. Just saying.
So should we like send telepathic messages? No, they
So
would fall
the rest
asleep.
of this video, excuse us, because the rest of this video is going to be a demonstration of telepathy.
You know, what I was thinking about telepathy is I was spending some time, it was a 5-year-old boy, and I started playing games with him for telepathy. So I said, okay, so what number am I thinking of? And then he thought of the number, and then he sent something to me. So the thought of telepathy is really sending information back and forth without words.
It is.
And it was funny because we did it a couple of times and he was like so excited. He goes, I can read your mind. I mean, it's an amazing
Totally
tool. It just makes your world, again, magical.
It does.
And it's a lot of fun. And using it in that way is even playing around, sending your friends messages.
Yes. Yeah.
So what do you think telepathy is?
Well, I think telepathy is definitely a part of this new Earth paradigm. Supposedly, we're all going to be more and more telepathic. Because the whole
I agree.
the whole idea of language and the use of language is a very 3D construct, and it's been around since the beginning of human civilization here on the planet, and it's a wonderful thing. But if you know different languages, you know that different words in different languages have different meanings and undertones, and some words don't even exist in different languages that are in others. So when you think about telepathy, it's like you're going straight to the heart almost.
Oh,
It's
nice.
a heart-mind kind of union. So
That's interesting because, like, even, like animal communication or any kind of communication that I do, really, I kind of get down to the heart
yeah,
and then connect.
right. So it's like you're sending the sentiments or the thoughts, and then
One thing I've noticed about telepathy, there's also, there's the senders and the receivers.
right.
And what you find out when you start is like sometimes you're even better at sending than receiving. But,
Yeah.
practice, you can get better at both.
Right. And telepathy can just be like Susan and I are hanging out and I think something and she just goes and says it.
Oh my God.
And it happens all the time.
I was with a friend this last weekend, and we were in the supermarket, and I was just going, I went to open my mouth, and nothing came out, and she said, hot dog and hamburger buns. And then we went a little further in the store, and she was telling something about one of our friends has pain, and to drink quinine is really good for pain.
Ooh.
So anyway, she says,
That sounds kind of old school.
yeah. So she said, I need to pick up quinine. And she couldn't think of the word, but it came out of my mouth.
Yeah, and that's kind of an obscure word. It's
Yeah.
not like you're saying I need to pick up a water
pizza
bottle
pie.
or a pizza pie. Wow.
Yeah.
And I've had that happen definitely with different people. Susan and I are very telepathic. My daughter and I are very telepathic. And it can happen just by picking up each other's thoughts. It can also happen, time and space does not affect it. So, and sometimes I will get telepathic information that can come in as what is a random thought, but also I can get it through like physical sensations. So like I can get heart chakra activity, or my crown chakra will go off. I get hand activity. That's part of how I channel and process information. So sometimes I can get telepathic stuff that way and can actually know.
So
I can
how
kind of
could
tune
we,
in and go, oh, so-and-so, maybe I need to call this person, because it will come in like on my hand, or I'll get it, and it will become, so it wouldn't be as random as Susan going, I need to get hot dog buns at the store, and me picking up on that message 300 miles away. This would probably be a little more intense. Like, oh, somebody's maybe not doing well, I need to give them a call.
so what kind of tools can we give them to practice for telepathy? Maybe like, even just like sitting at home, which is something I tried, sending a message to a friend of mine, like call me, call me, call me.
Yes.
And to see if I can send that message to them. And
I have done that so many times.
it's a good way to start, isn't
Yeah,
it?
do they call? Do they
Sometimes-
message?
Sometimes. Maybe they're
But they
not
get.
as good.
I'm sure they get the message.
And maybe they're just going, you know what? I don't
They're
want to talk
choosing
to
not
her.
to.
I don't want to talk to her now.
Maybe
like you
not
get
a
the
good
message.
time to be talking.
Yeah, but like even playing around, like with a friend or something.
Yes,
Like
for
the
sure.
game that I was playing with
Yeah.
the boy, the little boy. It's
Yeah.
like, sending colors, sending different things. And what happens is the whole thing is just to trust. Again, we go back to the trust
Yeah.
because that's what it's all about. And your first thought,
Right.
don't go
Trust
any,
what's coming in. It is. It's
Right.
so connected to intuition.
don't
and
go any
synchronicities.
further. Just like if
Yeah.
you're sending me a message and I go, oh, blue, and if that's the first thing that comes into my head, that's what I say. And then just play around with it and have fun with it.
And
That's
do
what
it
it's all
and,
about.
and set it up with a friend long distance and be like, okay, at 9:00 tonight, let's go into the zone and dedicate a space to this.
Yes.
And actually try to send some thoughts to them and see what they pick up on it. And they may pick up on the words, they may pick up on images. They've done scientific studies on this, I've read.
And if you guys have any interesting ideas how for other people to practice
Yeah.
telepathy,
Yeah.
email us.
Yeah. Because it happens, and it can happen in many different ways. And it can just be thought forms, but you can actually get physical sensations. So pay attention. It's another thing to just pay attention to and notice when it comes up, because it is magical.
It is.
Well, it's magical until people start to pick up on thoughts that maybe they shouldn't pick up on. So
Well,
just kind
okay.
of keep that in mind. That might be another video. Some things don't need to be telepathic. I'm just
That's true.
saying.
You have to be very careful.
You have to be very careful.
But trust in yourself, and of course, like also intuitiveness. It is something for everybody.
It is.
It is not special powers.
No, it's absolutely not.
And as we go from, we'll get into another time, the third dimension to the fourth dimension to the fifth
fifth.
dimension, where I feel we're in the fourth, going to the fifth, where people are starting to open up spiritually and stuff.
Absolutely,
We'll get into that
which is
another
why
time.
we're here.
But
Absolutely.
then people will be telepathic. You can just send information. What a great world.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Magic.
magic.
Okay.
Boop.
Magic. Okay, so want to know anything more about telepathy, let us know, and have a great day, and find a forest near you and go sit
Yes.
in it. I highly recommend forest life.
Oh my God, we'll get into that another time.
We're
Just
gonna
on
we're gonna so
forest
get into that.
energy and healing, which is so amazing. Well,
Absolutely.
I won't get into that now.
Okay, peace out.